They say we live in the most advanced age in history. But what if the future is actually the past repeating itself? What if thousands of years ago, long before smartphones, satellites, or AI, human hands built machines so precise, so powerful, that even today's scientists are left scratching their heads? Across deserts, beneath oceans, and buried under forgotten ruins, we keep finding fragments of something impossible, technology that shouldn't exist. Are these the relics of lost genius, or proof that an advanced civilization once walked this earth and vanished, taking their secrets with them? In 1901, a team of sponge divers exploring the Aegean Sea stumbled upon a Roman-era shipwreck off the coast of Greece. Among the treasures, statues, pottery, and coins was a strange, corroded lump of bronze and wood. It didn't look like much. For years, it sat in a museum display case, forgotten, until one curious scientist decided to X-ray it. What they found changed history. Inside the crusted metal was a network of over 30 intricate bronze gears, each cut with microscopic precision. It wasn't a weapon, or a statue, or a clock. It was a machine. The Antikythera Mechanism, built more than 2,000 years ago, turned out to be an analog computer, one that could predict lunar eclipses, solar phases, planetary alignments, even the timing of the ancient Olympic Games. Its complexity, equivalent to the clockwork of the 18th century, nearly 1,800 years ahead of its time. How did ancient Greek engineers achieve this? Who taught them to build with such mathematical accuracy? And why was this knowledge lost for so long? Centuries later, during the medieval age, another mystery was forged. Quite literally. Damascus Steel, the legendary metal that built swords of myth and terror, blades that could slice silk in mid-air, cut through iron without dulling, and bend like a reed without breaking. Crusaders who faced these weapons in battle swore they were enchanted, but the truth might be stranger. Modern scientists analyzing surviving Damascus blades found nanostructures, patterns of carbon tubes and iron particles woven on an atomic scale. Somehow, medieval blacksmiths mastered nano-engineering, centuries before microscopes even existed. To this day, no one can fully reproduce the original Damascus method. We can make steel, yes, but not that steel. The secret was lost when the furnaces of ancient India and Syria went cold. What knowledge did those metalworkers possess? And who, if anyone, taught them? Deep inside the temple of Hathor in Dendera, Egypt, a series of carvings shows something shocking. A figure stands holding what looks like a giant glass bulb with a serpent-shaped filament inside, connected by wires to a mysterious box. To some, it's a spiritual symbol, a depiction of creation or divine energy. But to others, it looks like electricity. They call it the Dendera Light. Could ancient Egyptians have discovered a form of electric illumination? Skeptics say no, but experiments replicating the carving's shape have produced faint glows, proving the idea isn't entirely impossible. Was this a coincidence of art, or a forgotten memory of a very real technology? Over 1,000 miles away, another strange artifact fuels the debate: the Baghdad Battery. Found near modern-day Iraq, it's a simple clay jar with a copper cylinder and iron rod. When filled with vinegar or grape juice, it produces a measurable electric charge. Some think it powered early electroplating, coating gold onto jewelry. Others believe it had ritual or medicinal use. But the most intriguing question remains: who taught ancient people to harness electricity 2,000 years before we discovered it? Technology isn't only about machines, it's about precision. And nowhere is that more mysterious than in ancient construction. At Baalbek, massive stone blocks, each weighing over 1,000 tons, sit perfectly fitted together. Even with today's cranes, moving them would be nearly impossible. In Egypt, the Great Pyramid's alignment to true north is so precise, it's off by less than a fraction of a degree. Somehow, without compasses or satellites, ancient builders mapped the heavens with laser-like accuracy. In Peru, the Nazca lines stretch for miles, perfect geometric figures only visible from the air. How did they design them without flight? And what purpose did they serve? Coincidence, ritual, or ancient science? These discoveries all point to one chilling possibility: that we've lived through cycles of civilization before. Some researchers suggest that 12,000 years ago, an advanced society may have flourished. One was wiped out by the last ice age. Sites like Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, built around 9600 BC, show complex architecture predating all known cities, intricate carvings, astronomical alignments, and no clear explanation for who built it or why. If these were the survivors of a lost age, perhaps their knowledge trickled down, preserved in myths, symbols, and forgotten tools, waiting for us to rediscover them. Mainstream historians argue these were coincidences, isolated bursts of genius, not evidence of global technology. But what if they're wrong? What if all across the world, from Egypt to Peru, from Mesopotamia to Greece, we're seeing echoes of the same ancient knowledge, echoes of a civilization erased from memory? Maybe the myths of Atlantis, Lemuria, or Shambhala aren't stories at all, but memories, faded blueprints of a world we've forgotten. So next time you hold your phone or watch a rocket launch, remember this. We might not be the first to reach for the stars, because every artifact we uncover, every gear, every carving, every spark, whispers the same message. The ancients knew more than we think. And maybe, just maybe, they're still teaching us from the ruins, from the myths, from the past itself.